We are ready to go live in 5. Hey guys, we are live on YouTube, and tonight we're going to talk about Tamiya, even though it's not Tamiya, because we're going to have a special guest with us as soon as he finishes working and he gets on here. So I did receive an email. He is going to come. He's just finishing up some stuff and he's going to jump in with us. Got to realize that where he is, it's around what time, Kurt?
6:30.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what he does for a living, but he should be in.
Most of us are just getting home from work.
Yeah. And unless you're like Kurt and have seniority and you finish work at 4 and you're home at 2:30. So
Sounds about right.
that's what I say to my wife all the time. She's government worker, and I tell her, you guys, you finish work at 4:30 and you're home at 2:30. It's like, it's crazy.
What's up, Robert, CK, Fred?
CK Hobby Shop, yeah. Red Crawlers R Us is in there also, 907.
Oh, you probably didn't send the fastest Tamiya in Jersey email, did you?
No. Send him one.
You mean Mitchell?
Yeah.
I did put it in a WhatsApp.
He's not in that.
Oh no?
No.
Well, he should be in my list, no? I don't know.
I don't think so. Well, let me look.
Well, how does he usually get in? You send him an email?
I do. Yeah, I send it to him after you send it. I send it out to him.
Oh,
Adam used the motor I gave him since I couldn't use it in any of my cars. He used it. I didn't know it was, for some reason, I may have forgotten that it can take 3S. He ran it on 3S.
Josh, if you don't need that, send it back, or what if you need some stuff out of it.
Bill?
Well, since you sent it, I figured I might as well put the extra brass gears I got in it.
Oh, I didn't send it for that though.
I know you didn't. I know you didn't.
Ben Raj, how you doing? Lots and lots to talk about. Tamiya Speed, Vanquish.
Vanquish, Ford Ice, Associated Datsun 620, Furitech, Fury Wagon, lots to talk about.
Yeah, there is.
Just to anger TJ, that we won't talk about the Fury Tech.
What's
124?
What's the Ford Ice like from Vanquish?
Derp, how you doing? Spin Rush? Dirk?
Dirk. Fred says tornado warning near Michigan.
Oh, they're all over, Fred. There's been a tornado up near Grand Rapids, one possibly up near Potterville, one near Fowlerville now. Yeah. It's all on the west side of the state. So I'm going to jump out and check out some things here and I'll be right back.
All right.
So what does everybody have to say about the Vanquish Ford Ice?
I have a Pro, so it's the same transmission. Now the Pro has metal straight axles and stuff, but the Ford Ice is very similar to that, and I really like how my Pro works with just the 6% overdrive, and it is a great trail truck.
So the Ford Ice is slightly different?
Yeah, it's got plastic axle housings, and then it's got, RTR, motor, ESC, and servo.
And the other one has metal.
It's a kit, right?
Yeah, the Pro is a kit. The Ford Ice is RTR. So I have a Fusion Pro and a 500B NSDRC servo.
I didn't even know they came out with today they came out with one?
A couple days ago.
Yeah.
Didn't even know that. How funny.
And it's cheapish. Looks like a scrambler.
Yeah.
Well, here it is, Brad. I'm sharing the screen.
Josh and Matt did really two cool
I
videos.
like that color.
Matt took it for 19 or maybe even 20-kilometer hike, just right out of the box and ripped it. Then Josh ran the trail with it where he said he would not touch it with his hands and make it to the end of the trail. And
I
he
think
beat the piss
silver
out
is
of that.
nice on it. Or gray.
I
Those
love
tires any
this.
good?
I love this transmission. The way they designed it. I built one
Mhm.
before for a friend, and I really like what they've done, especially with the dig and the 2-speed. It's to
Now,
me,
this
it's nice.
one does not have the dig and 2-speed. This is just the VFD.
Yes, yes,
The
Yeah.
Phoenix is the twin.
that's correct.
Well, they-
VSD.
Is it like $350 US?
459, I think.
459.
459?
Mhm.
Someone's saying it's 450 up there in Canada. How's it cheaper?
Well, it's going to be a heck of a lot more than 459. If it's 459 US, we're looking at maybe 550, $600 here. So there's Josh showing off his stuff. Oh, Vanquish does a lot of nice product and quality product, but some stuff are more affordable, so you do have to be careful of what you're
Right.
getting, just like Josh just mentioned. This transmission is not the 2-speed, so if you don't do your homework right and you really want the 2-speed, then this is not the kit for you.
$459.99 US.
That's a kid, huh?
No, that's RTR.
That's
Oh,
a,
okay.
And it's only one speed.
That's not too bad, I guess, for a crawler
No, it's
or a
normal.
high end, right? High end.
Yeah, normal. For ready to run.
Bruno, Eric,
Or a good one anyways.
Yeah, because they're supposed to be high end, right?
Corey,
other pictures, no.
Yeah,
623 Canadian.
They're an A main.
623.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the Canadian dollar is not doing good too now right now, so
Hey, it looks like it comes with a decent radio.
sure.
Got a digital display and everything.
They said the only thing with that radio is that when you
What?
first get it, you got to turn the endpoints up because they turn it down to a safe setting and it's not getting the full steering out of it.
Okay.
KGM.
Is that a 3S?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll do 3S.
Awesome.
That's a hobby wing.
That's 1060.
Yeah.
Or
You
maybe
ubiquitous
1040. $35 turn.
Hey GM, what's up? Eric, how's
Cool.
it going? Swampers, JD's, Corey, and Bruno. Whole bunch of people popped in there.
Oh, Tank, was that like a truggy body in the back? Or did it have like a full back? Or just did it have sides on it?
Did you see? Spin Rush
It
says
has sides on it. It doesn't have
That's
a
it.
bed.
Doesn't have a bed. Yeah.
Vanquish
picture
community
doesn't show
is mixed. The fan base has comments that Vanquish is downsizing and or losing its image of being a premium brand.
So it's like a
I
truggy.
don't think so. I think they're trying to
Team?
accommodate a more affordable ready to run. So
Right.
maybe that's what people are thinking about, like a Cadillac kind of truck, and they're bringing down some of the quality. Well, I don't think it's bringing it down. It's putting plastic housing instead of metal.
Orange
but-
Tank.
But
Sorry.
we've seen it in all the other kits we've bought before previously, and I've never had any issues with plastic.
No.
Hey GM, Guru.
Oh, their links are plastic in that? No, instead of a,
No. They're metal.
oh, the
Just
metal. Oh, okay.
axles.
Oh, the
The
axles.
axle housing.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
that was-
better anyways.
that was Vanquish. Vanquish is all metal, like metal axles, and it was all
I heard the plastic is
nice.
better anyways. They're easier to go off over rocks and shit.
Yeah, it has less stick than the soft aluminum. The plastic will slide a little better.
Yeah.
Tech Avatar TX 4-wheel steering version.
They
Oh,
did come out with some new stuff.
These are 24 scale, right?
Yeah,
no, it's
24 scale
website.
fuel tank. Was that Josh?
got
Whether it's
1/10.
Bronco.
I said, I don't even know if it's on their website yet.
I don't know if it's on their website because it does say here introduce the Fury,
Yeah, that's it. The FX Team Fury wagon.
but I'm not gonna play this video.
Right.
But if I search it on
They have it
here, I
on
should
it.
find it.
Yeah, Tony has it right there on it.
Because I've been every time where I do
Videos.
wait, that's something. Every time I show YouTube video, my monetization for the video gets flagged. So every time I show other videos or other
Wow.
YouTube.
Well, that's
So-
not YouTube though. That's Facebook, huh?
No, yeah, this is Facebook, so it should still be okay.
That sucks because you're just trying to support the other channels, you know?
Those tires look interesting. Or if they're any
Wish
good.
it showed more pictures, but there's not.
Look at that, black with flames in yellow and white.
I think it's the Harvester body, isn't it? The Hobby Plus Harvester body.
It looks like it. For this one, yeah.
Yeah. Harley said it looked like what is the Pro Line body,
The Power Wagon.
Power Wagon, yeah.
This is a news group. Images. Yeah, there we go.
There's a green wagon for Keith.
Mm-hmm.
I think Keith might like green.
Maybe.
Yeah, green like anything green. There's that green station wagon. Oh, I think he likes the one with the wood and the green.
Sales for the Ferry Tech Ferry Wagon start in September, according to Tony.
Fairy wagon, huh?
Yeah.
Now,
put
is that a
Fury
10th
wagon.
scale?
18.
It's 18th?
18th.
Yeah.
Oh. Well. So they're trying to be like Traxxas then, huh? That size, 16th, 18th.
So now they're making whole trucks, aren't they?
Praxis did release lights for their trailer today.
No.
The 18th scale trailer, they released lights for it.
Yeah. A light bar kit.
Probably $20, right?
I'm
Probably.
sure,
I
at
didn't even-
least.
Right.
Yeah. James RC Garage, what's up?
You guys see the Traxxas on Facebook?
Yeah.
Oh, the
That's their
TRX
trailer,
10?
huh?
Oh,
They got the light bars too for the,
Light bar and trailer lights.
yeah,
I just
good,
haven't bought.
RC Cape Cod.
I just haven't bought anything Traxxas since they did that to Tony.
yeah, I haven't really either, except for maybe a part for
I
my
bought-
slash or something.
Yeah, I bought a hot racing spur gear. Didn't even buy the Traxxas one.
Yeah, I got mod ones in mine, so
So how do you like this picture? Big one and a small one.
That truck looks good.
it does.
Yeah, a small truck. They both look good, really.
that brown F-150 high trail, I see it at my hobby shop all the time. It is sharp.
Yeah, they got the blue one at mine. It's like, oh man,
And no green, unfortunately for you.
no.
See, that's me when I go RCing. Big smile on the face.
What's up,
A lot of
Basher
people-
boy?
I've been hearing a lot of like, what is Mod 1? Is that
Abe?
just the name of a company or is that a special gear or
It's the
what?
size of gear, yeah. So you have a 40, what is it, 48 and then 32 pitch. So you have a mod 1 pitch. Just bigger
Yeah,
teeth.
there's like Tamiya uses mod 0.6. And then you got mod 1, which is a bigger gear. Mod 1 is actually metric. Mod 6 is also metrics.
Oh,
But when
okay,
you're
so
looking at 48 pitch and 32 pitch, that is not metric. That is standard. That's the US measurement. So a lot of Asian companies like Tamiya will use 0.6 mod. They call it mod, but it's actually metric.
I mean, you can, that's not a name of a company. I mean, you can
No,
get a
it's
Mod
a
1
measurement.
gear from Proline or
Amazon all over.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Amazon or your local hobby shop. It's a way to measure it. It's mod
Okay.
1. It means it's metric. It's what's bigger, 32 pitch or 48? 32, right?
At
32
32,
is a
Yeah.
bigger gap.
Yeah.
So you say 32 Mod 1.
No.
No,
No, mod 1 is mod 1.
Mod 1
32
is mod
pitch,
1.
32 pitches, or are you, what do you run, a 48 pitch? Or no, you probably run a 32 pitch in all your cars.
most of my
Yeah,
cars
it's
are
32.
Yeah. So now I run a mod 1 pitch.
And then he would adjust teeth.
It's just bigger teeth. That's all.
Mhm.
So you'd have to use this, you have to take the spur gear out too then.
You
Yes.
have to have a spur gear that's mod
Yes.
1.
Yes.
Okay,
Bill
That's
okay.
why-
wants them, wants Traxxas to make hard bodies.
That's why I'm using 2 pinions instead of a spur gear and a pinion.
I don't know if Traxxas is ever going to make hard bodies for the simple reason they got to make it affordable, first of all.
The TRX-4M is a hard body.
The which one?
The TRX-4M are hard bodies.
Okay.
He wants
Like
to
that
make
new high
1/10
lift is a hard
body.
body, but the 1/10, no, I doubt it.
Is it hard body or thicker Lexan?
Yeah, it's
makes it
pretty
look
thick
like a hard
Lexan.
body?
It's hard body.
Molded injection?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's the new trail on the high trail TRX 4M is.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
the
So-
TRX forms are.
What's the
yeah,
shout out
yeah.
word tonight? You guys have to guess what the shout out word is tonight. I changed it
Ah.
last week and I did change it again.
Their Lexan's
Associated-
pretty tough.
Associate comes out with a new toy game changer for racers.
CK, I'm gonna do a video this weekend. So I got my new drive shaft too. Yeah, you just take the other one off and slide it on there and tighten it up. That's all. You
I
gotta
did
cut
it
some stuff
48
out.
pitch though,
Yeah,
but I
right.
followed Kurt's idea.
You can do any pitch in there you want. You just gotta cut out all the stuff to make it fit. You got 5mm.
Can you hear it, Tank?
Nope. Nope.
But
Zoom
it's
is
injected
taking,
molded.
cool.
It's
Johnson-
injected molded.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm not
It's
sure
not
they're going to
green.
do it for 1/10.
I
One-
doubt it. No. When I was watching Scale Builders Guild and he was complaining about all the windows being painted.
Yes.
He said the way they form those trucks is it's a sheet of Lexan that's already all painted. And then they just vacuum form it. That's why all the windows are painted and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would make sense. They'd paint the Lexan first before they do anything.
Yep. They just roll it out on a sheet and form it.
Mhm.
Not even painted. It's just a black.
Piece of
Piece of-
Lexan, yeah,
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So when you scratch it, it's gonna stay black.
Yeah.
It's gonna have scratches in the side of it.
Oh, some people are trying to guess the secret word for tonight.
TT-02.
But I should have put that one Gems. I should have put that one. I changed it last week and I didn't know Board Wars who was going to be in today, but
Man,
I have no nectars of the gods, Josh.
my buddies saw me and Jericho's cars running around and stuff. So I built one for one friend sitting over here at TT-02.
okay.
Then today, another friend dropped off one to build.
I
They're like, "You're good at building these now. You can do it."
almost got my wife to buy me one today. Almost.
What, TT-02?
Yeah, that Porsche.
Yeah, you like that Porsche body, huh?
Oh my God, Brad, we've converted Kurt to Tamiya.
The Guru's gonna have a fit.
What's the we stuff? It's not us. It's Poor Boys RC. It's because of him.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah,
Poor
he made
boy,
it-
I see.
He made it fun instead of a slow car driving around out in the street.
It's not slow anymore.
I know, and it blew out. I found out it blew out a tire, so I can't even go out and do a speed run before.
One of the contacts already.
Yeah, they're old. They're
Wow.
like a year and a half old. 2 years old almost. I put a lot of wear and tear on them.
I was
It is
talking
not
about
parking-
Brad. Oh, go ahead, Tank.
It is not parking lot wars, but it is related to parking lot wars. Just a hint for the word.
Yeah, well, when he gets in here, we need to ask if he's gonna do an M chassis races like that, speed races.
Maybe next year.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work to do those challenges because right now he's
Yeah.
doing at the
I
end
don't
of
know
every
how-
week. Yeah.
He's keeping control. He's keeping contact with everybody who's in it, and you see how large that list is.
Yeah, Jim, you
the
got it.
weather- Wow.
He thinks the zero truck's gonna hit 100 miles an hour. CK.
Good luck.
Cone murderer.
Nice.
Brutal. You were saying that the whole entire time. Brad's trending, and one of the guys like, "Who the hell is Brad?" Right? Is that what they're like? Your son would know, of course, but the other guys.
Well, some other guys did not know, but I did mention to them, there's a guy on YouTube that always say that you guys are cone killers. So you gotta be careful. So there's one guy, he did a whole race and he said, I didn't hit a cone. And then just at the end, he hits a cone. Goes, "Darn."
I just expected a lot of questions of who the hell is Brad.
Yeah, I hope you hit it there, CK.
It is a company brand for you guys that are looking for the word. It is a company. And it's related to parking lot wars. If you're not sure, go see the title of my last video that I published.
What are you talking
See,
about?
he already found it out. He already found it out.
The secret name.
Josh already found
Secret
out.
name for tonight.
Oh, there's a secret name for tonight?
Oh, Gems just figured it out.
I couldn't remember
That's my
what
second
the
favorite
car
part.
you guys.
Even though I'm having terrible
your son
time with
drives.
mine.
The
The
phaser.
Keel Show.
He's a
It's,
detective.
Yeah,
Of
but I
course
couldn't
he's gonna
remember,
figure
was
that
it a
shit
Challenger?
out.
Yeah, his is a Challenger Hellcat. Yes.
Hellcat, that's what it is.
It is poor boys.
Here
I
comes
think.
Phil.
You're muted.
He's a detective. Of course he's gonna
Yeah,
figure
but it's
that
his
out.
first time on Zoom, so give him a chance.
Yeah,
He's gotta
slow
find
your
the
roll,
button.
Brad. Slow your roll, Brad.
He's got to find the buttons on Zoom. Probably his first time on Zoom.
There we go. You know what, guys?
Hello,
I
Phil.
hey guys, can you
Hey.
hear me all right?
Yeah.
There we go. So I had to update Zoom, and it's just been pop up after pop up after pop up. So
You're connecting again.
Yeah,
oh
you
my
connected.
goodness.
We
in
got
here
two of
twice.
you
Good
now.
job.
You got two of me now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you connect
Oh
your
my-
computer too?
I'm just on my computer, but you know what? I think it updated. So am I on here twice now? Do you guys getting an echo?
No,
We hear a
you're,
slight echo.
no, there's no echo. I don't hear an echo, but your camera and audio is only here twice. But the other one, the camera's off, so don't worry about the other one.
Okay, good.
Tank will just have someone else more in his use. That's all.
And
So
I'll rename you just for some people that don't know you.
so you live in British Columbia? I thought you lived in Ontario for some reason.
No, I grew up in Ontario, but I moved out to BC in 2005.
Oh, so you did move to you were in Ontario.
That's right.
There's a guy named Randy who wants to move to British Columbia who hangs with us sometimes. He's from
Oh, is
Ontario.
that right? Yeah.
He's
you know,
Sir Chipperlot. Sir Chipperlot. Chipperlot is
Randy,
wanting to move out there.
Randy.
okay.
I watched some of your videos and I'm looking at your face and I know that guy. I know that face. I know like you have a face of somebody here that actually works at Great Hobbies in Ottawa, and you look almost like you could be his twin.
Is that right?
Great.
That's funny you say that, because since I was a young guy, I've had people tell me, like, where do I know you from? And you know, I put myself through college, so I worked at bars through college. Like, you know, once a month or every couple months, where do I know you from? People, I don't know, man, I've got a face. And maybe I've been reincarnated a few times. Who knows?
Hello, Gabriel.
Hey, Gabe, long time no see. You're muted, by the way.
The famous.
I do have the chat going on. I don't know if you have the chat opened up on another window besides Zoom. That's what I usually do on the PC. I go on a YouTube video, I pause the video, I grab the chat out, and I just resize the windows so you can see everything. So it's up to you to do that. Like that, you'll see the chat and see people commenting also.
Okay.
Good evening.
What's up, Gabe?
Long time no see, Gabe.
Our second Texan.
I know.
We got two Texan this year. Not this year, right now, this week.
Mhm.
KBRC and RC Basher Boy are both from Texas.
Yes.
And two
Canadian.
Canadian.
Is RC Bashibor here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
one
down
on
there in the
Will,
corner.
you
with
can
the
One
see-
with the
bar.
bedspread.
The bedspread guy.
The bedspread.
Perfect.
Yeah.
He was really instrumental in my early YouTube days. He and I used to chat quite a bit, and we had Kyosho rampages back in the day, and I
I still
love
have
watching
mine.
his stuff. Do you? Oh, dude, look at that one. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh, you got the new one.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a Rossi, isn't it?
yeah, the Bahare 2.0. Yes, sir. There it is.
Damn, that's nice. How is it, man? It's 4-wheel drive, isn't it?
Yes. This is brushless, 4-wheel drive. Much better than the first version. It's great, man. Overall, it's a great machine.
What a beauty.
Really. Thanks.
What
Yeah.
a beauty.
Ran
Look
it
at that Ford.
once. I ran 2 battery packs on there, and this thing is solid, man. Yeah, this Losi did do their homework on this one, so definitely.
Careful
great.
with the wheel
Nice.
hubs. My Razor blew out one of the wheel hubs.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
That one is nicer than the Rock Ray or Baja Ray, whatever, because they've extended the wheelbase and they did change some stuff with the chassis, which is nice. Nice upgrades they've done on that one. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah. So they did some changes on there. They put dual shocks, front and rear, and then also looks. For some reason, to me, it seems a little bit longer.
Yeah, it is on the wheelbase.
Yeah, and yeah, overall, it performs a lot better than the first one. I do own the first one, and just like the Rock Ray, you know, any turn that you take, it just tumbles. This one doesn't. This one actually, if you turn it, this does turn. You know, overall, it's great. You know, nothing bad to say about this one.
Cool.
And it's got wheels kind of like the Losi, like the let's see, LMT monster truck. I'm just looking at that photo there. The inner diameter is a lot larger than the outer diameter of the wheel. Am I seeing that right?
Well, I don't know if you want to look at that. There it is. Like,
There's the outer diameter. And then on the other wheel, on the right front wheel, looks like it's a larger diameter.
Yeah, on the inside tire, you can see, looks like it's, the rim is not, no, it's on, if you back it up, it's on the inside of the tire. Okay, right there, you see it there on the back, on the inside.
Yeah,
Is
the
it a different
inside are
size?
larger, like a short course car.
What is that?
Uh,
2.22 or
2.23, yeah.
2.3?
Here are all the metal
3.0?
gears in
Yeah,
there.
2.3.
It's like a 2.2 on the outside, but inside it's 3 point something.
Yes.
Very
Yeah.
cool. Very cool.
Hey, Mitchell. Call Daddy.
Hey, Top Speed, how you doing? So let's go back to Poor Boy RC right now. He's new here, and I want to hear a little bit background story on you on when about you started doing some RC cars and truck, and looks like you have a good collection of Tamiya and Kyosho, which is nice. But I also want to know what else do you have. But when did you first start collecting or running RCs?
I'd say I started running in the early mid 80s. But that's where the name Poor Boys RC came from, because I was, I'm a first generation Canadian, the son of an immigrant Croatian mother who couldn't speak the language. And, we lived, life was really hard, man, growing up. We didn't, I remember it was common to have a loaf of bread and a stick of butter in the fridge. That was life. That's what we knew. And, back in those days, of course, we're kids, so you don't understand financial elements of life. And, Tamiya was getting very popular, and a friend of mine had a Tamiya catalog, the catalogs they put out, right? And you would see the, monster beetles and Blackfoots, and man, I want one of those. And, of course, parents couldn't afford it. And so, we go to Sears, like the Nico Lobos, and the Nico, the 8 AA batteries in the bottom. They had the stick radio with a turbo thing on it, So I've been racing and playing with RCs and enjoying RCs since I was a boy. And then I kind of got out of it. I was into it all through grade school and high school. College, I got out of it for a little bit. And then as soon as I finished up in college, I'd say I took maybe a 3-year break from RC. And then as soon as I finished college, I went back and I bought a nitro, what was an 8-scale buggy. I forget the name of it. But anyway, doesn't matter. But and it was kind of a pain in the butt, because if you don't know nitro very well, I think we've all been there. And nitro can be a pain if you don't know what you're doing. I didn't know what I was doing, so it wasn't that much fun. But then I picked up a low C double XL and converted that, and it was game on from there. And I got back into racing. I was racing 8-scale buggies and truggies out in Edmonton, Alberta. I lived in Edmonton for a little while. Racing with some of the best guys that are some of the best drivers in North America. Ty Tessman, Wei Moon Ma, these guys I was racing with, and they stomped me every time. They were really good, but it was a lot of fun, and just kind of got tired of racing. And then when my wife and I moved back to BC, and I wanted to enjoy kind of a slower RC pace of life, I guess you'd say. And that's when I started collecting. I didn't mean to start collecting. It kind of happened naturally. It was just, I started grabbing a couple Tamiya kits, and I was really enjoying them. And, before you know it, you got 10, and you're thinking, well, man, what do I do with 10 cars? And then I'm like, well, we don't have kids, so we have an extra room in the house, so I'll start collecting them. I'll put them up on the wall. And then before you know it, you got 50, and here we are. So 50 RCs in the YouTube channel. So it's just kind of naturally gone this way. I don't know how else to say it, I love it. I love every second of it. I love the hobby, and I've always loved the hobby. And one thing I did not like about racing was there were always a group of guys that took it very seriously. And I don't, to me, like my in the group chats and stuff, and in the forums that we'd be in back in the day, the internet forums, my signature was always like, remember guys, we're a bunch of men playing with toy cars. And that's, simplifying things a little bit too much, I think, but it's the essence of, come on, like, let's just enjoy it. And some guys took it very seriously. I watched a grown man take a Tamiya M05 chassis that wasn't doing what he wanted to do, and he smashed it against the wall. So in front of everybody, and yeah, that's a mantra, man. Be excellent to each other. Yeah, that's I don't know if you're probably familiar with the Bill and Ted movies. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure from the 80s, right? Yeah, so that's where that came from. And when I was looking for like a theme to my channel when I created it, I think maybe I was watching a Bill and Ted, and I was like, you know what, that's perfect. And that's what I would like my channel to be, and I would like this all to be about. Let's just be excellent to each other. Let's enjoy it. Let's have fun. Let's talk about it. Let's screw around. Let's race. Let's bash. Let's do all the things we do, but not be dicks about it.
That's a good policy.
Yeah. Yes. Some people take it too seriously.
And I like what you've been doing also with your YouTube channel, is you're showing tips how to paint, sorting tips how to solder. I've done the same thing, and I still do the same thing once in a while. I'm building a kit, and then I'm doing something. I go, wait a minute, this would be a good little tip to actually do. So I've been doing once in a while some tank tips, but I got to start doing some again because I've been slacking off and on the YouTube. But I gotta start it again. A lot of people enjoy how-to videos or little
they do
that, so which is interesting and fun.
They do. They really do. Yeah. The how-to, I started my auto body career as a painter, so I know a few things about paint, and my wife is an auto body painter, and she is way better than I ever was. And she's and she's only getting better every day as technology increases as well. So we're fortunate in that sense, right? We get to use auto body paints to paint some cars. We just this is what we do. I'm immersed in it all day, every day. So it's nice to be able to share that kind of information with people and teach them some of the things that I picked up along the way, because people should know these things, right? And it can be a pain to try and read 1,000 articles online, and you Google something and you find one guy says this is how to do it, the other guy says that's how to do it, and it's just so convenient to find a YouTube video of someone that knows what they're talking about and says this is how you do it, and this will work, and it works, right? It's we'll do it, right?
Yeah, so, but you do have to be careful, because there is some YouTube videos out there that don't do it right or think they're doing it right when they're not doing it right. So,
absolutely.
But there's more than one way to skin a cat, which means there's more than one way to solder. Some people would disagree. They would say there's only one way to do it right, and that's it. But yeah, so there's different ways to do tips and tricks and things like that. That's really cool what you're doing.
Yeah.
Speedrun challenge. You started a speedrun challenge this year, but you did one last year. Was that your first one last year that you actually did? How did that go last year, and what was it?
Yeah, you're right. Last year was the first year. We did the CW01 chassis, which most people recognize as the Tamiya Lunchbox Midnight Pumpkin. So it was, again, in the essence of fun. How can we make this goofy, short wheelbase, big tire, solid rear axle, terrible front suspension chassis go fast? I just thought it'd be a funny thing to do. And I put it out there, and it had a good response. And it was a ton of fun. And Bryce Arnold from California, that guy, man, he's Jacko Trades is his YouTube name. And he's just such a cool guy. And man, I love that guy. And he's smart. He is so smart. And he 3D printed gears, and he was doing crazy things. He just, for fun, he got a lunchbox going 59 miles an hour last week. Like, he's just a different cat, I love that guy. So it felt good. It felt good watching all that. And so I said, let's do it again. I got beat up a little bit because I did it at a time, it was late summer, early fall kind of thing. I think like September, October. So I guess it was fall. And a lot of my viewers are in the UK, so they're already in the rainy seasons. And I live in Victoria, BC, which is we got quite a bit of rain out here as well. But out here, the weather was still great, and so a lot of guys couldn't participate just because of weather and timing. So this year, I decided I'd do it a bit earlier. I didn't know the chassis. It had to be a budget-friendly chassis. This isn't really, it's a speed run challenge, but this isn't like, you know, Kevin Talbot 220 miles an hour, $35,000 bills. Like, that's elite level stuff that, you know, I'll leave that for Kev to play with. This is for fun and bragging rights and just, you know, Tamiya kits that aren't designed to go very fast, going fast. So I just recently acquired a TT-02, and I thought, you know, I took it out for the first spin. I really thought it would handle like it's on rails, and it handled like a box in the wind. And I was like, this would be fun. Let's try and make these go fast.
Right.
Yeah, but when you
that's what we
guys,
did.
when
can
you
get 'em
got
to go
guys
fast.
like, when you got guys like Kurt or Mitchell's with us right now,
Yep.
those guys are, well, Mitchell is next step. I'm not sure about Kurt, but
Kurt's first step.
especially Mitchell.
He's
He's
first
got a
step.
lot of upgrades on his TT-02, but the gearing and the diffs and all that, they're TT-02, so which is nice. But it's game changing what the speed they can do. Like Kurt, his GPS flew off, but he hit 80. But because the GPS came off the car, it doesn't really count. But then that's what I heard, that you've mentioned to him. It doesn't count, but you'll take the 70, I guess, or something like that.
Yeah.
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 So, but I'm sure he's gonna hit that. Like, he puts it back on there, and they're gonna hit stupid speed. I don't think I'm going to hit that speed. I only did one run so far, but I did change my motor. I did change my my gearing. I did upgrade my body on it to a different body. So right now, what I have, just spotlight for everybody. So just a short little video I did a while back. I did put a hard body on it, and it's a Lamborghini. So it's going to look good. I did take the window out
Very
and back to
nice.
actually allow for
I
wind,
noticed that was
so it
weird.
doesn't
Tank.
parachute. And it's a perfect fit. So it's going to sit low. So it's a nice fit on it. Very tight to the front bumper, so it shouldn't let a lot of air in, only where the wheels are. So it should be pretty nice. We'll see. With the gearing I have in there, and I used a gear calculator, it says 105 that I should hit. That scares the hell out of me, especially in the front street. So I'm going to wait till next week till I go back to work. And we got a big warehouse and a lot of warehouse. So the back parking lots is where the truck turns and park. So it's very wide and long. So I'm going to do it next week. And I don't think I'll hit 100, but I'm going to be close, hopefully. We'll see on 3S what it's going to do. So it's all for fun.
Wow.
Like, I'm not trying to beat Mitchell or Kurt. I'm trying to beat myself. I'm trying to push myself to see what I can do with what I got at home. So without spending a lot of money.
Yeah, fair enough. And you know, it's this year I didn't realize I'd get the response that I got. So I mean, I'm thinking like it'd be like last year, right, where there was a handful of guys and it was easy to monitor. This year it's nuts. I think today there's like 38 guys or 33, and now there's 38, and it's like it's like a full-time job managing all this. I've got like a whole thing. I mean, I need an assistant to keep on top of it. So yeah, Mitchell, man, he got going. Yeah, 80 miles an hour. No, what did he do?
79. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fastest in
Yeah.
Jersey.
Yeah. And then I saw there was somebody else that was on that was trying to contest CK Hobbies, because he did 70 in one of those Euro man trucks, and I think he did it on Monday, and he was losing his mind. I was laughing. I was having morning coffee, and I'm watching him just like doing 70 in like street traffic, people going to work in the morning, and he was just stoked. Yeah, it was great. And then then we saw Mitchell surpass him, and he was kind of questioning it. So I do it Mitchell's chassis. I do it because we gotta keep it fair. Right? But listen, if you start with a TT-02 and you modded it, listen, like if you watch the Z rules, That's what I said. I'm like, if you start with a TT-02 and you can start going nuts with it. Just no big tires, no buggy suspension arms on it, no buggy suspension. It's got to be a touring car, and give her the beans. See what happens.
I'm surprised Stuart Mack isn't doing this. Guy in Australia, he's gotten Tamiya's to do over 150 miles an hour.
I've seen him, and
Just did 102 and wiped
because I
out.
have to keep. Did he? He must
Yeah,
have caught wind of it because
hit himself with it.
Yeah, but I don't think he's in your competition. He just does
No,
it.
I'm just saying I'm surprised he isn't, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Because he has gotten various Tamiya chassis to do well over 100 miles an hour.
So Phil, I don't know if you know Brad or follow Brad on his channel. Brad is a very avid or very strong supporter of Tamiya and Kyosho.
Very strong.
Very strong.
Very strong.
And I get-
The Arnold Schwarzenegger strong.
We'll
Schwarzenegger strong.
we'll be looking at some other new car that just came out, and Tad will be, oh, Bradley, oh, that's set up just like the DF7G from Tamiya. And we're like, what the what chassis is that? You know?
that's great.
You know,
well,
we've
good.
commented to one another. I know I've commented to you on your channel. You've probably seen my name, Brad Kelly.
Yep.
So, yeah, we've commented to one another. So
Yeah, we've talked in the back, and I had a feeling you're a big fan. Good for you, man. There's not that many of us left anymore, so yeah. support the OGs that rattle and shake and suck because they're fun and goofy.
And it's funny, Kurt wasn't very big into it, but he's surprised how much stuff has happened to his.
I've had that
nothing happened to it.
TT-02 sitting there for a year and never touched
He was
it
gonna send it to me.
after I built it.
I said, no.
But he's surprised how much abuse it took and managed to survive it. He wiped out at 80 miles an hour. Nothing happened to it except a chunk of tire, and the chassis was fine.
Wow. That's great. Yeah,
So-
they're funny, man. Like that, you hit one the wrong way at a slow speed, and the chassis snaps in half, and then you get a midnight pumpkin going 70 miles an hour, and you jump it, and it lands, and it rolls 50 times, and it's totally fine. Like, who the heck knows? It's a real crapshoot.
A lot of the guys want me to take my cars to skate parks, and I'm like, no, that's just asking for trouble.
I don't know anything about this.
To get to calm them down. I have a few cars that aren't Tamiya that I will take to a skate park, but I will only do it when John comes to see me.
To tell you the truth, the only car I've taken to a skate park and came back with it with not being broken is the TT-01 and TT-02. They're the only car I took at a skate park, jumped it, flipped it, landed it on its side, on its back, on its whatever. And it's like a turtle. Like, it survives. It's crazy how strong they are at the skate park.
I thought your phaser survived.
Uh,
Chevy.
Well, the phaser survived, yes, but the Chevy 57 Chevy did survive, but I did not really send it like I would a TT-02 because it is a 57 Chevy. I didn't want to wreck that body.
Right.
So
I mean, people don't realize I've seen Stuart Mack wipe out in triple digits, and if he broke anything, it was very light damage to them because they're light cars. They can take the impact better because they're light. They're people don't realize the lighter it is, the better it's going to survive. You know what I mean? And that's what Tamiya has done, and why I love Tamiya so much. Some of my best, fondest memories were with them.
I'm going to go around because I've asked a lot of questions to Al, to Poor Boy RC, and Phil. I mean, not Al, Phil. I'm going to go around. Everybody take turn and ask him a question, either about the hobby or about his speedrun challenge or about anything. Who wants to go first?
Uh-oh.
Nobody?
I'll
Brad,
go.
go ahead.
So,
Go Brad.
Phil, are you going to upgrade that ESC for that 10.5 turn motor? Because I feel like you're just not getting enough out of it.
You think so? I think it's 120 amp. Should be good,
There's
isn't it?
something that thing should be rolling a lot harder than that. I feel. I'm
You know-
running
you
the
know what it is?
13.5.
You know what it is, man? It's that I didn't know it when I bought it, but that Tamiya 10.5 is not a true 10.5. It's more like a few guys have chimed in and said it's really like a 3,800 kV or like a 4,200 kV or something. Like it doesn't, the turn rating doesn't really equate to the kV rating, if that makes sense. So people are saying that Tamiya grossly underestimates or grossly overestimates the turn rating to kV ratio, if that makes sense. So I think it's the motor that's dogging me, to be honest. So I got some gears coming in. I'm going to play with the gears because I'm stubborn and I want this motor to get me going. And if that doesn't work, I do have a Castle 6900 non-censored sitting somewhere that I might have to try out. But I'm also learning how to drive these things. Like I'm not used to these things going 40 miles an hour either. And you can see my last speed run there. I almost clipped a curb doing top speed.
Right.
So I'm still learning the game as I go. So, it's a gradual progression for me.
Seeing the Corolla, all I could think of was employee of the month. It's a 1980 Honda. It's a classic.
How dare you? Talking about that movie. Hey, Outback Jack. Sean's here. Sean
Yeah,
hates
Sean's here.
Sean's here
John,
and
do you have any
Jack's here.
Tamiya questions?
I'm actually working on a truck. I'm working on that.
I
You're working on a semi?
Yeah, well, it's the Hercules Hobbies one. So
Yeah.
But I figured out how to do all the lights, sounds, everything off one GT5. Okay.
Yeah, I saw your video real quick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's awesome. At least then the reason I wanted to do that, so when I put a trailer and all on it, I can one-hand drive and still record. And still have all the light functions and all the sounds and everything, like,
Cool. Sean is a kind of guy that says that Tamiya is a Radio Shack kind of brand.
Well, it is. That's right.
Oh, it's a dagger in my heart.
It is.
Yeah, but he likes their semis. But
I
he
like
has
the
also
semis
said,
and their Claude Busters. The rest of their shit is fucking 1980s fuck Radio Shack crap.
Little plasticky.
Oh, it's the best. That's what
Phillips.
makes it so. That's what gives it character, right?
Fucking Phillips head screws, plastic everything. It's like
All that's coming out of mine every
they
time
make a damn good drive shaft, right, Sean?
well on the high lift they made a damn good drive shaft. Yes, like if you buy the high lift drive shafts for all their vehicles.
If you ever try and drive a high lift.
Yeah, I own one, but it's no longer a high lift. Like I modified it to fit an RC 4-wheel drive, like transmission in it. I put an RC 4-wheel drive axle. I made it actually work. Like,
Yeah, I'm about this close to doing the same thing to mine. It's sitting on the very bottom. You can't see it back there, but it's at the very bottom, and it's got no transmission in it anymore. And drive shaft's hanging. It's got RC 4-wheel drive front and rear axles, but no transmission. That 3-speed thing is just a dog, and I can't deal with it anymore.
so what you can get is if you can get your hands on the RC 4-wheel drive R1 transmission, it's like the rectangle. So it's a little square, like, well, not square, a little rectangle, and it actually fits right between the chassis, and it can be and you can put it right up so there's nothing hanging underneath, and your drive shafts will go right up into it too.
Oh, perfect. Good to know. I was looking at the Endura stuff online. They've got transmission and transfer case option. I thought, was that going to fit in the chassis rails? I'd like to keep the chassis stock.
Yeah,
But yeah, good to know, man. Thanks, because it's been sitting there for about 2 years on the very bottom back there. It says,
Yeah,
I'll
it's
get to
crazy.
a one-day project.
Yeah, because
But
it
it's-
comes like the piece that sticks down is like it's near enough scraping the freaking ground. It's like it's
Oh, on everything. Yeah, the smallest little stick or little rock, you're always getting stuck, and
Yeah.
yeah, it drives me nuts. But
But
who else makes that body?
Yeah, that's it. Like, you know, I've got the
I love-
I've got the Tundra body on mine.
Mm,
I get the Tundra body.
But he's still
Okay.
using the Tamiya drive shaft.
I told you I'd buy Tamiya drive shafts for other vehicles. The drive shafts that they made for the high lift, they're like really good drive shafts.
Electric is saying, I was thinking about getting into drifting using a TT-02D. What do you think about that?
No.
Boy?
No. No. It sucks.
Okay.
You can't do four-wheel drive drifting unless you're doing it in a parking lot. If you're racing against two-wheel drive drift cars, fast and
Your audio was really crackling or like robot kind of thing. Your bandwidth, I guess, is a
In
little
and
lower.
out.
So
Focus is in
barely
and out.
heard what you were saying. But I think what he's saying is TT-02D, yes, it's a D for drifter, but it comes with bearings. There's a couple things that comes with it.
Lights.
It is good for what's called power drifting with a 4x4. If you ask true people about drifting, or you say, I have a drifter and it's a 4-wheel drive, they're going to laugh at you. Because true drifty is rear-wheel drive with a gyro. That's how you drift, is with a rear-wheel drive, and one that has steering that almost goes 90. It's stupid steering. You'll never ever get that out of the TT-02 or TT-01 unless you really mod it. And I've seen some people taking the front end, all the front end for the steering and everything like that, of a different car and putting it on there to actually mod it. So it is doable, but you're going to end up spending a lot of money. You're better off just buying a real two-wheel drive drifter to actually do it. But for power drifting, go right ahead and have fun.
Frank
That's
has
my-
it 100% right.
My 5 cents.
Don't tell him that. Come on.
Did his head get bigger?
What do you
Get
think,
it?
poor boy?
Now, does anybody else want to ask a question? Because I'm going to be asking him a question again.
Okay, go ahead. You got to take a drink first.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
well,
you
Mitchell,
better loosen
Mitchell
them lips
asked.
up,
Mitchell
boy.
asked.
I just got one for Phil. Like, what was your expectation of going into starting the TT-02 challenge? What was your like initial thought on what speeds you were looking at as far as what guys were going to be hitting? What did you expect from it to happen?
20.
yeah, I was thinking a bunch of guys with torque tuned motors and Hobbywing ESCs to be showing up. So I was very surprised when I saw your build. There's another guy, Craziest Monkey. Have you guys watched his?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that guy's like, the way his brain works. I mean, I'm so interested in how these guys come up with like these ideas. Like, it's so cool. So you know what, man? Like, I just, again, it was just like in the essence of fun. So it's like, let's see what happens. It's only the second year, and last year was CW01s, which was, super goofy. So I didn't know what to expect, and shame on me. I should have done a little more research, because today, I've asked everyone to tag me in their YouTube vids, and the YouTube algorithm sucks. And I can search, 2023 Port Wizard OC Speedrun Challenge, and I'll get 5 videos, and then Kevin Talbot comes up, and then some guy feeding a cat dog food comes up, and then some other bullshit comes up, And so it's like, it's really hard to find it. So now I'm coming across these videos of people like 4 years ago that are doing 100 miles an hour in them. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know this was a thing. I didn't know guys were doing, like, who would ever think of doing 100 miles an hour in a TT-02? So to try and answer your question, I thought it'd be like 20 to 50 would be kind of the bracket. So to see you guys pushing 70 and 80 is just like, Holy crap. And, you know, Tank talking about 100 and wow, guys. I mean, you know what? If you can do it. Go for it. That's what it's about. And that's why I broke up into two categories. Because after a week or two, I was like, this is just getting crazy. And again, a lot of my viewers are in the UK, and a lot of the guys in the UK, they're just, for whatever reason, they just haven't gone to the brushless phase yet. They're still hanging out in that Tamiya brushed
Old
nickel metal
school.
hydride. Yeah, like I don't know what happened, but that's what they do. And
all,
you know,
yeah,
and
all
they
the
love it.
English guys, yeah, all the English guys, Mark and all them guys, like they get a Tamiya, and that Tamiya is what comes in the box. That's no modifications, no, like that's Tamiya to them
Yeah,
guys.
lucky if they put bearings in them.
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah, that's right, man. Lucky for a bearing kit. So Mark and Rod, man, those two guys, they make me laugh so
dude,
much.
they
The two
are
of them need
they are
they need
hilarious.
they need their own sitcom, man. They're so funny together. So
Those two, yes, I
last
know
year
what
they
you're
had,
talking about.
yeah, right. They just get you busting up in stitches. Like last year they had me laughing so hard, and this year the two of them. My last year Rob almost hit a squirrel with his. He called it a Luncherari. It was a lunchbox with like a Ferrari body on it that didn't really fit. And like,
Yeah, I remember that.
The two of them are hilarious. So the two of them, did you ever see, there's a couple of shows they've done where they actually went on the guy's show and they actually pretended to be the guy. Like, so they've done the whole video pretending to be the guy, and then when they were invited on to his show, they played the thing, and it was them two pretending to be him. Like, it was fucking hilarious. Like, so it's the two of them are crazy, like, but they're
Yeah,
funny.
those two-
They're funny as all hell.
Believe it or not, there's four or five guys in Britain who get together. The other two are like best buddies, but the other, like Craig and all them, they've got together in the same place where the sandy, beachy grass stuff.
Yeah,
is.
the north,
They're
the
coming
northwest, yeah, get together.
They're
all
coming
the time.
across horses and cows where they're running the cars, and I'm like, oh my god! I'm like, oh, I hope you. And like, I can't believe something bad happen with those animals around like that, and nothing did. They said the animals didn't give. They didn't care.
Fisher boy just put a cloud up on the bed too.
Yeah, there's a
Hey,
Claude,
Sean.
the gray Claude.
Hey, Fisher boy, how are you?
Good, man.
Another
How are
quick-
you? Long time no see.
Good.
Another quick
Nice.
question. Why the hell did you go with NIMS for the brush? Because NIMS, you got the same voltage as a 2-cell LiPo. So why not just limit it to 2S LiPo or NIMS? It would be the same voltage, but now you're letting people with 8.4 with a humpback to actually put it in a truck. Why did you decide to go with NIMS and not just a 2S?
Again, it was more so because there was so much of a response that I was getting a lot of feedback from the UK guys that they don't run lipos, and they feel like they're not going to compete if they're not running a lipo. So I wanted to kind of level the playing field a little bit. That's why I was
Thank
like,
you.
if you're gonna run, if you're gonna run brush, run a NIM, and if you're gonna go brushless, then you can run lipo. And the funny thing is, there's only been like two guys that are running 8.4 volts, and it's open to 8.4 volts. I said right in the rules, you can run an 8.4, and only two guys so far have run the 8.4, which is shocking to me.
Oh, I got
That's
my
all I
battery.
run, so.
I got my battery ready, and once I'm done with this brushless system in this car, I'm swapping to a 5-turn brushed motor. So
Look at that thing.
it's gonna be supposed to be even faster than this, but it's gonna run on 7.4, so now it's gonna bring the speed down. But on 3S, this would have been faster than that one because I'm 6.5 turn on that one. This one's 5-turn brushed, so it should be interesting to see.
What's the speed record now on the brush? It's like 40 miles an hour, 40 plus.
51 from Jacko Trades, isn't it?
Oh, Jack of Trades. Yeah, he's, by the way, he's an engineer by trade, actually, I think.
Yeah. My little brother's an engineer, and they're like the spitting image of each other. So it's like the way they speak, the way they think, they're like the exact same mind. I'm like, that guy must be an engineer.
I hate to mention this, but he told me he had a stroke not too long ago.
Yeah, he mentioned that. Yeah, he said that. That's
The light one, because he says some things have happened in his mind that are not up, not, but he still seems perfectly fine.
he's a great guy. He's a nice guy. He's a kind-hearted man. Very smart, very talented, and I love watching his stuff. And you know, he was a ton of fun. The CW01 challenge last year, because the stuff he was doing was just out of this world. You know, this year to see him do 51 miles an hour with a Tekin ESC and a Brian Kinwald motor. Like, it's just so cool. Who does that? You know, and he just does it because it's what he's doing. I would have to rack my brain all year to figure that one out. And yeah, he's a cool cat. I like that guy.
Also, what he did with that tank, he got that working really good. That other tank that he put it up, you know, he has a Henlong and he bought us something else that was from the 80s, and he fixed it up so it would work better, and he got that to work better.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. I'll have to check that out, because that sounds cool.
Hey, so I have a question here for Poor Boys, if I may.
Go ahead.
Do you own a Cloudbuster?
Oh, buddy, I got two.
All right,
I've
so
got
I wanted to see if you wanted to compare Cloudbusters, see which one's the nicest one.
Well,
And that's my question of the night.
that's right, buddy. Listen, I got two. I got a black edition, which is pretty much stock. I got some 20-turn dynamite motors in it, and the other one is my Mod Clod, which I built up about 10 years ago. Went nuts with it, and I've since dialed it down. But which one would you like to see, or both?
Hey, it's your night, buddy. Whatever you want to do, man. I just want to see.
Do you have
whatever
a
you wanna showcase?
quilt
Up
to
to
put
you.
it on?
Yeah, let me get my quilt.
You
Let me get my
need to
quilt
get
before
your-
we
on,
get
that's
back.
You need to get your bed spread out.
Trust Beiser Boy. Brad was talking about a modified hang long, and then fucking Beiser Boy wants to compare clothes.
On his bed.
Yeah,
We've
his
all seen
hang
stock
long,
claws.
his hang long wasn't good enough.
That's
His
the.
hang long wasn't good enough.
Oh, there we go.
Ah,
That's really modified.
woo,
Yeah, a little different.
that's close, man.
Oh
I
wow!
like that.
Yeah,
I think
that-
you lost, Baxter Boy.
Oh, but yeah, that's highly modified, man.
it's
That's
highly
great.
modified,
That's
brother.
the quilt.
Put your votes in the chat. Poor Boy RC or Asher Boy RC. Which one do you like better? I'm voting Poor Boy.
Yeah, go for it. I'm even voting Poor Boy, man.
I built that one. That one I had dual Castle Sidewinder 3s in it
No.
with 6900 kV motors. And the chassis, I got this from Crawford Performance Engineering. And you can see it's got the two battery openings in it. They don't make this one anymore. So my idea was I'd put two 5,000 milliamp 2S packs in it, run them in, what is it,
Back in the
series,
kit.
I think. So you had 10,000 out of it. And I used to do that when I lived out in Edmonton, because I go for long walks and out my, and it's winter, like 9 months of the year out there. So, your batteries don't last as long. So I just go for like an hour-long walk, and I drive it around and jump all the snow curbs and everything. It was all fully waterproof. And man, but it was just too powerful. I couldn't go past half throttle. I'm like, these 6900 kV motors are great, but they're just too much. And the gearboxes, they look stock, but the center portion is stock, but the out drives are all aluminum. Everything's powder coated black, chassis powder coated black, carbon fiber 4 links, like all the
Are
aluminum
those
on it.
bomber
Like,
or rift shops?
they're G-made XOs.
Made. Okay.
Yeah, sorry for my crappy camera. I haven't used this computer in a long time, but yeah, but it's a factory, like a stock gearbox, but just with out drives or aluminum. And I've got the RC 4-wheel drive CVD front end on it. Man, spent a lot of time, a lot of money on that stupid thing. And it is just awesome, but it's just, I had to tone it down. It's too fast. So I put the 20-turn motors in it. It's way better now. I might drop them down to like a 15 or something, so I have a little more punch, but it's a good It's a good truck for ripping around on the beaches and catching big air with. It just handles all the jumps so nicely, and it's awesome. But you know, it's funny because you build a quad like that, and then you're like, I kind of miss an original quad. You know, I miss the weird shorter wheelbase and bouncing around and no oil shocks anywhere. And so I had to buy another one. I just drive around with that thing too, and I love it just as much. You know, because each one's got its own personality. You know.
JD's RC is asking, is that a top kick body?
It is. It is. Yeah, they don't make it anymore, from what I hear.
Okay.
You know
And
what?
then
You know what's
something that I would like to add, anybody here, you know, that's watching tonight, if you guys don't own a Clodbuster, I highly recommend this truck. The building was super easy. Putting it together was super easy, and this is my first Clodbuster ever, you know, that I've ever owned. And just like you said, you know, it just bounces around. You know, it has a good capability. You know, it's a great truck overall. I had low expectations at first, and you know, yeah, coming from my guys, you guys probably be surprised, but I had low expectations, and once I ran it, I mean, this thing is a lot of fun. So
It
yeah,
is.
I mean,
It is a lot of fun stock, but if you really want to have more fun, upgrading it like Poor Boy's done, or upgrading it just a little bit, like you don't have to go as crazy as Poor Boy did, but there is some upgrade, like putting the servos right on the axle right there. That's a big plus upgrade you need to do. Changing the suspension a little bit. You don't have to change a chassis, but changing some stuff on the suspension would help, because it does not, you can't jump as good as what Poor Boy's RC will jump. But it is a fun truck, but I find myself, I get bored very quickly with it when I drive it. So I got to switch to something else. But it is fun to take out once in a while. So, but it's a fun truck.
You need obstacles. That's what you need.
Yeah.
I've always wanted one. I remember I think I was about 5 or 6 years old. One of my sister's boyfriends had brought one over, and my father had the Tamiya Monster Beetle, and my brother had the Blackfoot, and my other brother had a Frog. But my sister, I'll never forget, as a little kid walking out and seeing this Clodbuster in my living room, and I'm like, wow, that is the biggest RC car I've ever seen in my life. Ever since I was a little kid, I've always wanted one. Never got my hands on one.
It's never too late, man.
They still sell them.
They are not expensive compared to what you play with. They are not an expensive.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it comes with the proper ESC. All that comes with ESC and motor. The only thing you have to buy is your receiver and your transmitter and your servo. One servo, like peanuts.
They're a lot of fun. They're a ton of fun. I you know, I laugh. I see guys on Facebook groups and forums and stuff saying like, you know, how do I correct the steering? I hit a bump and it steers this way and goes that way. I'm like, that's what it does, man.
Yeah.
That's part of the experience. You know, you're hanging on for dear life when you drive the thing. You know, it's not a refined Arma machine. It's a 1987 Tamiya classic that handles like a box of bricks, and it's a ton of fun.
It's not one of the low-C monster trucks.
That's right.
So here, Poor Boy, I'll give you an idea of the difference, the clearance of the R1. You'll see it when it comes up around here. You put the R1 transmission.
Oh, look at that. Nothing's hanging.
Yeah. So that's for the RC 4-wheel drive.
There's nothing Tamiya left on that truck.
Yeah, that's just a body.
No, it's a full Tamiya chassis, Tamiya drive chassis.
I'm teasing, Sean. I'm teasing.
Yeah. But it's RC 4-wheel drive, like
everything else.
Axles,
drivetrains.
big set of mudslingers are on it too.
Is there a transfer case or is it just a transmission?
It's just it's all in one. It's a built-in, it's a little rectangle, like all in one.
Okay.
Transfer case, everything all in one go.
R1?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into that. That is exactly what I need.
You don't own a cruiser, do you?
I do, but a clone. It's the HP
Yeah.
407, whatever it is, you know, that China clone. Yeah. I didn't want to spend the big money though. They're still $900, you know, for the kit. And I get the RTR clone and everyone says it's even better. And it's like, it was $350, I think, Canadian when I bought it. Like it was, yeah. So I got the clone.
A few years ago, they were selling the bruisers for half off straight from Tamiya. We're talking $500 at the time.
Just get a high level.
Very cheap. That's very cheap compared to what they used to sell for. So
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's almost half price. They're still 900 Canadian dollars out here. So
I'm talking US dollars. They dropped it to 500 US dollars, but it still would have been it still would have been half off compared to the Canadian dollar too. So
that's right. Yeah. No, that's yeah. I'd like to do another one day, maybe like a Mountaineer, you know, pretty much the same thing. But again, I just can't stomach paying that much money for
it. So we're thinking you're gonna have another speed challenge next year. Like we're thinking, Frank brought up like the idea, well, maybe we should have M chassis races, M chassis speed runs.
Yeah. I got a 06.
MO6s, MO5s, all the M's,
Yeah, anything M chassis. It could even be
even the MB01, even the MB01.
Is that the new one, the MB01?
The one where you could put different drivetrain setups in.
Yeah. You know, I was thinking of the M chassis because I used to race M chassis, MO5s, MO6s back in the day, and they were a ton of fun. We had a stock class, you know, 2200 kV, brushless, 2S max, and man, those things were fun. Front wheel drives.
I had an MO1. It was a great car.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. You're onto something there. A good friend of mine, Chris Balone, Balone's RC Hobby. I don't know if you guys follow him at all. He hasn't done much in the RC world anymore, but he's a big Volkswagen guy. He and his father had a business in New York. They just moved down to Florida, but they would build custom Volkswagens, old school, you know, VW Bugs and the kind of the hippie buses. That's what they did, and they did high-end restorations. And he also is into RC, and he has an RC channel. And he's like, Phil, man, he's like, do a bug challenge. I would love to do it. I'll be your commentator the whole time. And I thought that might be a good idea for next year. You know, if we did like an MF01X Rally Beetle or something like that.
That should be the challenge.
Yeah, that'd be a ton of fun.
They have the the 4-wheel drive, the front wheel, and the rear wheels. I had an MO1 back when they first came out. And I put a 27 turn with some of the brush motors were really nice back then. I put a 27 turn. They had like 35 degrees of timing on it. You know, it was locked timing on it or something like that. And that thing, even with its friction damper, still handled well. And I would go around corners and you hear the tires squealing. It was fun. They were going around the turns. It was because you're hitting that maximum grip area when it starts to do that. But I wish they made all the M chassis again. Every last one they ever made. I've always wanted them to bring back a lot of the cars they haven't brought back.
Bill, you said earlier what you have with the transmission out or whatever, the transfer case. Is it your TF2 you said you have that's apart? What is it?
No, it's a Tamiya high lift, which has
Tamiya high lift. Okay.
Yeah, which comes with a 3-speed transmission, but it's this big, massive block, and it hangs very low, beneath the chassis, so it just gets hung up on everything. And it's really pretty useless in that truck, to be honest.
It's the same transmission they put in the 114 trucks. Exact same transmission. So it looks like they've done away with the R1. So, but it looks like the new SCS would probably work.
What about the AX2, Sean?
Enduro one.
No, I thought it showed RC 4-wheel drive had an AX2 as well.
I'm going to take a look at it. So I know the CSC is pretty close to the R1. What did you say it was? AX? What?
I thought it said AX2.
I'll tell you what, I wish I had a crawler this week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Being up here hiking, I got a bunch of pictures and stuff like that. I was thinking about making a little video, but we hiked up to
No, the AX2 is completely different. So it'll be the C, that C.
Hey, Tang.
Yep.
I'm gonna make your air scoop orange, okay? Instead of chrome. Just too much
Go
chrome
ahead.
on the top.
Go ahead.
Corey has a question. RC, I meant to ask a question, but lost power at my home. So sitting in the dark, watching anyways, how often has GPS been a problem in the comp so far?
I don't think it's been too bad.
Just hurt.
Yeah, some of the GPS is like mine. Like I got one of these cheap ones on Amazon, which is kind of it's what's going on here? There we go. I got a cheaper one from Amazon, and it's built for like bikes, like mountain bikes or street bikes, whatever, I guess. So I don't think it takes like a real time, it's not constantly recording real time. I think it takes like a snapshot of your speed every whatever, maybe second or whatever it might be. I don't know. So it seems kind of laggy. So you have to do a good long run. But a lot of guys have it's like a separate unit they put like on the vehicle, then it connects to their phone, and those guys are like real time. So it hasn't been much of an issue, really.
That's like yours, Kurt, right? You got
Yeah,
on the
GNSS.
phone.
GNSS, yeah.
I was hoping you would show everybody all the metal chassis for Tamiyas that you have.
The metal chassis?
All the metal chassis and tell people who makes the metal chassis for those Tamiyas. And
What
Oh,
metal
boy.
chassis?
So really quick, James, there's the difference. See the way the shape of it.
Yeah.
See? So your motor just goes straight in at the top.
Yep.
And both your drive shafts come right out of it.
He wants you to get a workout, poor boy. That's why he's that he's strong.
no, but
Tamiya.
they used to make metal chassis for a lot of them,
That's
but some
right,
companies
that's the
make them
opposite
again
side of
for
it.
cars.
So that's the opposite side of it then.
Oh, that is small, and I could see that working wonderfully.
Yeah.
They don't make it anymore?
No, that one there, that's the new one. It looks like they've done away with the R1. So that's the new C or the SCS, they call that one.
Okay. I'm gonna look
So
into that. Thanks, man.
I made two like little L brackets, just made my own.
Yeah.
Is it aluminum?
Yeah.
Might be titanium, Brad.
You know what? There's a titanium chassis now for there's a new titanium chassis for the
Sorry.
Armas now.
But did they make it an Arctic white?
Make it Arctic white. That's another joke that they have on me.
Keith,
Ha ha ha.
Keith, make the breather green, just like John Deere, because the rest of the
Okay.
truck is going to be green, just like John Deere.
Okay.
So
Sounds
it's going to
good.
match. The motor's going to be a different color.
Okay,
chrome,
so
and
it'll
then
make it
green.
like hunter green. I think John Deere
Yeah.
greens. Yeah, I'll look what it is.
So how many metal chassis do you have for various Tamiyas?
I don't think there's many, buddy. I got let's see. Metal. So the Hilux High Lift is metal. The Bruiser knockoff is metal. I've got a Futaba FXT, which is technically a Tamiya. It's probably aluminum. And
A Hornet.
oh yeah, that's right. I got into those metal chassis. Yeah, I got the Hornet. That's metal now. My Midnight Pumpkin has a metal chassis, and my Sand Scorcher. I got all three of those from that guy that was making them on eBay. They have a couple different stores now. I forget their names, but really nice family out of Taiwan. I started. That's what kind of got me going with the speedrun challenge last year with the CW01s, because I was hopping up my pumpkin. I bought the aluminum chassis, I fell in love with it. About the wheelbase extension kit, 3D printed, not very strong, but you know, it takes a pumpkin and just stretches it out about an inch, which I really liked. And I just fell in love with that chassis. And then the guy ended up seeing my videos. He's like, hey, how about, you know, I'll send you a couple more chassis and we'll go from there. And I said, cool. So we kind of partnered up a little bit and I did some reviews and yeah, amazing work that he does. And he's just like us, just a guy in his 40s, you know, and been loving Tamiyas for way too long. And he's an engineer as well. So he started making these aluminum chassis, which are super, super cool. The one on the Grasshopper is awesome. I did that, or sorry, the Hornet. I did like a, what's that thing called? Man, that budget friendly turbo hopper. Did the turbo hopper Hornet, right?
Yeah.
There. Yeah, the turbo hopper theme on that one. I love that car, man. It handles great now. It's got some weight to it. I put aluminum wheels on it too. So it actually has a bit of weight to hold the back end down, so it's not bouncing around everywhere. Well, it still does, but not as much.
Kind of like they kind of inserted the suspension in the back with springs. I remember that.
Yeah, it's not the best setup, and that's definitely the weak point of the aluminum chassis. The mounts for the rear suspension don't work the best. But overall, the chassis is still a worthwhile buy, in my opinion, for $100-something bucks. I mean, that's what a kit costs, really. They're so cheap, but they've been around for 40 years pretty much now. So it's, if you want to take something old and make it kind of new again, that's a great way to do it.
You should. I see that you have a Blitzer Beetle. I ran that was the last video I did. It was Blitzer Beetle. I had a bad 21 turn Holmes Hobby motor in it that ran like crap. I don't know why. It shouldn't have been. Should have been faster, but it wasn't. And then I put the RZ motor that Tamiya makes in it, and it's like night and day. Big rockets now. The thing flies with that motor in it.
I love that Blitzer Beetle, man. It's great.
Yeah, Blitzer Beetle's fun. Poor boy, I don't know if you know, but Keith does painting. He does painting for pictures and things like that. And a while back, I asked him to paint a body for me. And you probably know what this body is or what it's for, but it's a small little van body, and he's painted a medieval theme on it. So that's for the lunchbox.
Cool.
That thing is awesome.
Thanks.
So I've told him, like, put some dragons around it and a knight. So now he's got a knight fighting a dragon with, he's even got a wishing well.
Show them the top.
Oh, that is so cool.
And then in the front, I got a dragon's head coming out of the hood with some fangs and some of his fingers.
Oh, that is so cool.
Thanks,
And
man.
on top, I got that.
He did that all by hand.
So that's all painted by hand. And there I got a girl. He had a lot of trouble with the girl in the face to get it
Yeah,
right.
face is
Yeah.
good. I don't do face, girl's face.
And then the castle here.
Oh, that is so cool. What are you gonna do with it?
I'm gonna put it on a lunchbox. And he's actually signed it in the back and how many hours it took him.
Wow.
So 23 hours to paint in 10 minutes. So
Oh, that is so nice. That's like a boogie van from the 70s. Put some thick some glitter on it and a couple coats of clear coat and put it on a slam chassis.
yeah, so it does have chrome, so the chrome bumper and all that, but I'm thinking of aging it or doing something to not make it as chrome, but I'll build it with chrome. I'll see what it looks like when it's all chrome. And if I think it needs to be weathered or whatever, or painted, then I'll paint it once it's put together, which should be
And don't need to
interesting.
be on an Ottawa crawl.
Yeah, we do a city crawl. So we go downtown with all our stuff, all our cars, and we do kind of a parade downtown Ottawa. So Brad wants me to take that as a parade.
Well,
Oh,
you're not
very
gonna be
cool.
you're not gonna be smashing it around, so that's perfectly fine for it.
Yep. But he did a good job on that. Thanks, Keith.
Good
Are
job,
you
Keith.
Are you gonna put like a clear coat or something on it to kind of protect that paint?
It's got some clear coat on it. It's semi-gloss. It's not really shiny.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he already put
Yeah,
clear coat on it. How many
Probably
coats did you
on
put?
there.
You put a whole bunch of coat on there, right?
Yeah, I probably put 5 or something like that.
Oh, that is awesome, man. That looks so cool.
Hey, you could commission Keith to do one for you.
I would love that. I would love to create like an authentic like 70s boogie van with like the moon window and like a lady like shooting a laser at like a polar bear with wings, or like something that's like out of this world, you know, like they used to do.
And
That
did
would
you
be
see
cool.
Keith? Did you see Keith? He made a rig, a semi rig, with the it's like
It's
Mad
a
Max.
Tamiya King hauler.
Mad Max with turrets in the back of the truck and all
truck.
that. He made all that. So,
Oh, I haven't seen that. I'm gonna have to check that out. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's
He was actually on Mark Santa Maria's channel, and then he did an interview.
Yeah, Mark Santa Maria. So what a nice truck. You didn't even, and Keith was right there, and he said nothing to Keith. I thought that was awfully rude. He's gonna film his vehicle, but he's not gonna say anything to him about it.
I don't care.
Oh, that's too bad.
Dude, I tell you what, I
I
just
didn't know who he was, so it's like.
I've been watching a couple of old videos of that Tundra there, dude, as we're sitting there. It's man, I'm gonna take that thing back out again.
which one?
What?
The Tundra.
Tundra, yeah.
I didn't realize actually. Look how good that thing looks out there.
Oh yeah.
I've been watching older videos of it there as it's sitting. Dude, I gotta take this thing back out.
You got to go back out. That thing, it looks awesome.
Surprised you haven't raffled it.
See you, Robert.
Yeah, over everything like too.
You got any crawlers, poor boys?
And
John
I
can
actually
drive
forgot it actually sits on my shelf beside the BRX-02 or the BRX-01 limited edition. I actually forgot. Just went
What? Shelf Queen? What? Say
Yeah,
what?
I know. Just watching that video there, I'm like, holy crap, I gotta take this thing out for a run.
Sean knows how to drive 2 trucks at the same time.
I do, yes.
Yep.
He can do 2 trucks at the same time.
The only
He's
thing
got
you
his
do
other
is
hands
go off
behind
one
his
hand.
back, right, Sean?
Yeah,
You really got 4 arms. The other one's behind your back.
it's not the only
I heard
thing
he
you
uses
can
his
do
tongue or
at the same
something like
time.
that. I don't know.
Yeah. I actually have a video where I was driving 4 at once.
Oh, I think I might have seen that.
Wow, there it is, Mad Max.
Mad Max.
Yeah, that's the
That
Tank's
thing
Mad
is
Max.
mental.
That's Tank's Mad Max.
That's an RV chassis, isn't it?
That's a
Modified
brat.
truck, Cressy.
That's a brat.
Yeah, beautiful. That is so cool.
Poor boy, do you have
doors
any crawlers?
up.
Oh, sorry, Tank.
Oh, nice. Oh, that is so cool.
Even the fenders, I have spikes coming out of the fenders.
Oh my
Spikes
God, you
coming out of
do.
the wheels.
Oh, that's so good. Air Scoop's got a spike on it.
Oh, that
Look
that
at
thing
look
moves on
at
the
his
turret.
windshield. Look at his windshield.
That's like a rocket
Got a little-
stuck in it.
Yeah.
Boom. Oh, that's so awesome.
He hooked up that machine gun to turn 2 when he turned.
Yeah, when the steering wheel turns, the machine gun turns, or you can turn it by itself.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So it does not go up and down by itself though, but could be done.
Yeah, I already broke one of my saw blade servos.
You know who?
Poor boy, do you have any rock crawlers?
Not really.
Or it's like trail trucks?
Rock. I had a TRX4. I loved it, but I sold it after Traxxas did what they did.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that, so I sold that. I do have an MS. It's an MST CW. It's a horrible name. CWX DC1. It's a Land Rover. One sec.
A Land Rover. You said, yeah.
Oh, bye,
Yeah,
John.
I'm not
Oh,
Yeah.
that one. Yeah.
this one right here.
Yeah.
So, you know, I drive a Land Rover. I drive this exact vehicle every day.
That's cool.
So yeah, so I'm kind of partial to it when it came out. You know, I love it. I built it up kind of similar to ours. I mean, we got a spare tire in the back. We got the ladder. We have a full like roof rack on ours. I don't have that roof rack. I can't find one that fits the scale. But this is a really nice rig. And one of the things I love about it, it's got skinny tires, you know? And
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of skinny tires. And if you do any research on off-road vehicles and wide versus skinny, skinny's always the winner. And that's been a Land Rover thing, a Land Rover landmark for years. And as a Land Rover owner and enthusiast, when this truck came out, I was like, I gotta have one.
Boom Racing just came out with a really nice skinny scale set for the Land Rovers, and they're fucking so nice. The Boom Racing ones. I'm a huge Land Rover guy. Like, let me see if I can get my background.
He made a 6-wheel drive one too.
Oh, nice. No, I love my Land Rover. I mean, we have a 2001 Discovery 2, and I mean, I'm looking at it right now at the window, and it's
And they've just
taking
changed
me to the
both
most
those
amazing
vehicles.
spots in the world.
So when you see, you'll see. So look, if I move out of the way,
Oh, there we go.
There's like Land Rovers everywhere up there. That's 6x6 tow truck. So there's actually the 6x6. I turned it into a tow truck.
Oh, very nice. Skinny wheels too.
Yeah. You have to have skinny wheels on the Land Rover, but there's like a D90 up there, a D110, a Range Rover, 6x6.
Shelf queens, what?
I don't know, shelf there. Like you can actually
I
see
like that. He's not even home and he's sitting in his
I know, do you like that?
yeah.
Oh, nice Range Rover, skinny tires. There we go.
Yeah.
I love it. Who's driving?
Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean.
Oh, it's Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean.
Take a bullet wound, did he?
And the doors open up.
That is cool. Who makes that body tank?
JS scale. And it's on a GCM C-Max chassis.
They make nice
Very
stuff,
scale
hey?
chassis from GCM in
He knows
Canada.
him personally. He knows Chris personally.
So
Does he?
Yep.
Yeah, they make nice stuff. I'd love to support them. They're pricey, and I get it, but man, are they ever nice?
But the BR the SCX 10-2 builder's kit fits perfectly. Like see that yellow Range Rover up in the corner from it? That's built off an SCX 10-2.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, that's nice. It's nice to see a bunch of Rover enthusiasts, skinny tire people out here, because you know the wide tires, yeah, they look great, but nothing performs better than a skinny tire.
Unless you're racing.
Basher Boy's favorite. Basher Boy's favorite, this one.
Oh, that is nice, Kirby.
No, it's a Porsche. Well, you guys get the joke, you know, but just
They
being
may own
sarcastic.
them, but you know.
See, so even with the SCX 10-2 chassis, hold on, let me clear that background. Even with the SCX 10-2 chassis, you can get a nice, you still get the nice tire tuck and everything with it. So that's it. That's it with the SCX 10-2 chassis.
Oh wow, yeah, that fits perfect.
Yeah. Still get nice tire tuck. Still Land Rovers.
Rampage.
The Rampage is awesome.
Yeah, I intended to get a crawler this year, but some guys got me running TT-02s like crazy.
Yeah.
What
kind of speed race, right? Kind of speed challenge.
And there's
that'll happen.
There's my D90 with skinny tires too.
Oh, that looks so good.
With skinny tires. Here I have my thing in here somewhere too.
I think you're driving both of those too in that video, aren't you?
I am, yes.
He drove both those at the same time. I think I remember watching that video.
That takes skill. I drive one with one hand. I'm starting to trip over logs, and
I told him to do a tutorial on that in a video, how to do that. He hasn't done it yet, but he could do it.
I done a quick tutorial when I was driving the BRX.
Told you he's got his other two hands behind his back.
He would use his mind.
That's better. He uses his mind.
Yeah, my Jedi mind skills.
Yeah.
Hey, so poor boys.
Yeah, hang on really quick, Bishop. Yeah.
Okay,
just
sorry.
show them the.
You should have mind skilled, right?
So this is what I done with a 6. So I built it into a tow recovery truck.
oh my gosh, that's nuts, dude.
Yeah. and
Sean's
it-
RC recovery.
what the hell just happened?
Okay.
Yeah, so there's a nice engine bay and everything in it, like aluminum
Oh,
engine.
wow.
And
There's
That
the
is
skill.
nice. Very nice.
all little skinny tires too. Sean's RC recovery. Yeah. I love it. So the 6x6 is nice. Like it's nice to have a recovery truck for the rest of the Land Rovers too.
They need them.
Yeah. That's the best sticker Boom Racing ever made. Like Boom Racing, if you buy a BRX-02 on the sticker sheet, it says what is it? Not leaking oil, sweating power.
I've always called it my anti-corrosion program.
Yeah. That's it. What were you gonna say?
Do you have-
Bishop?
Yeah,
What do
so
you
I was
have
gonna
for
ask.
bashers? What do you have for bashers? Oh boy.
Right for bachelors?
Boy wants to ask him a question.
Basher
Paul
Boy's
Boy.
gonna ask you a question after that one.
Yeah, it's okay. It's fine.
My favorite basher is my Losi LST2 XXL.
Yeah.
Run on 2200 kV 4S, mostly aluminum. And to be honest, I took off some of the aluminum C8. It's too heavy. I was going through diffs pretty aggressively. But that's my go-to basher. If I really want to go nuts, that's my guy because it just goes over everything. It's just an absolute tank.
Which
Other
version
than
you
that,
got?
Tank,
one
it's a
sec.
tank. Tank, it's
'Cause
an
I-
absolute tank.
I have one too. Which version you got?
Got his earbuds out.
Was that Sean?
I said tank, it's an absolute tank. You just said
Yeah, it weighs an arm and a leg. So, I mean, you can see the size of the shocks on this thing. Wow, it's
Damn.
yeah, this thing is an absolute monster.
That's the
And
first gen, isn't it?
no, this is the XXL, which came out afterwards. So it's about 2 inches longer than the Losi LST.
Yeah.
So I put an LST2 body on it. So I got it for $5. So it doesn't quite fit. It's a little bit short, but it's shoe-gooed together in the back there. But this thing is just like, look at these shocks, guys. Like they're humongous. Like I can drop it from here, and it's just like boom, just like sucks to the ground and just wants to keep going. Like it.
Nice.
That's my go-to basher. Other than that, the mod cloud that I showed you earlier, I'll use that.
I need to show you my LST because my LST
do you
is
got?
the second version. It's got
Hey,
that
Master
what is it, the
Master.
pink what is it, the iodized metal and all that. I don't know if
Oh, and
you.
this new one they came out with, the red one.
Well, no, because there's it's yours, and then there's the second gen, and then the third gen is a total different chassis. I guess they updated it or whatever, but I'll show it to you right now. Before I do that, I just wanted to ask you, so how many RCs do you own?
Oh boy.
I mean, just rough count. Yeah, I mean, trust me. I guess all of us here don't have a set number, including myself. But
I stopped counting a long time ago.
me
Yeah,
too.
probably-
I guess
Yeah.
we just decided just to stop counting. But
I'm glad though, boys, your boy, you went with that Baja over the Rift.
no, Riff is coming.
Oh, why do you put money in the Rift? You already have a bomber and stuff like so.
No, I don't have a bomber. I don't have a rock bouncer. I mean, I do, which is the twin hammers.
Yeah,
But
but
you know,
The
I'm
Rift is
just
badass.
you've got the Yeti XL, no?
yes, I do.
Yeah, so that's just as good as any.
That's a side by side. I mean, that's a big as, and I don't know why it's considered in 1/8 scale, but you know, I don't know.
Yeah, but
The
it's
Rift
just
is
as good as any of them. That Yeti XL.
Gabe, you still shooting videos? I haven't been.
Yeah, he released a good one there today.
See,
But
my YouTube
it's on his
must.
head.
I don't get any of them. So
The
I don't know
algorithm
what
is
the
horrible.
fuck. Yeah.
Real quick, there's two questions. One from Corey McKenzie to Keith. Keith, if I send you my die-cast Jeep body, could you do your magic and paint something on it?
Yeah, sure head, Corey. Send it. I'll
So-
paint some. Whatever you want
so-
painted on there.
Does he have your coordinate?
Is Brad, is that Corey that sent me? Is that the same Corey?
Yeah, same Corey.
Okay. Yeah, he's got my stuff.
So just talk to each other on pricing and all that for the painting, and you guys are going to be all good. Next one is Spin Rush. I have a Spin Rush says, I have a question for poor boy. How long did it take you to set up those tan
The stands on the
wall.
on the wall? And how much weight
weight
is
is-
that?
They were kind of a work in progress. So they're pretty easy. I just go to Home Depot and you can get them in like the closet section or whatever the heck it is. And pretty inexpensive. Those metal rungs are not very cheap. They're about $8 Canadian each, which kind of sucks because to hold a car up costs $16. So, but yeah, they just, you know, you just kind of put some plugs in the drywall, or if you can find a
Find a
stud, you
stud.
just,
Yeah. Find a
yeah,
stud.
one stud and a couple plugs, and
Yeah, I was gonna say you guys got studs that close together in Canada.
yeah,
As long as you got one of them, you're
a
good.
lot of polar bear attacks out here, right? So we keep our houses sturdy.
Every time
Yeah,
every time I try to stud finder, just won't go any further. Just go beep.
Yeah, it goes beep,
Yeah,
right?
Hey, now I'll be back.
Kind
Yep.
of
By the
melts
way,
in my
hold on
hand.
really quick. Do you have the Rampage handy as well?
Yeah, I can get it. Actually, I'm gonna go get my
I want
LST.
to just see it side by side with that, because the two of them look pretty similar.
We're still thinking
No.
about how many you have, right, poor boy? How many RCs you got?
Oh yeah, so I'm
Yeah,
gonna
we're
say
still thinking.
between 50 and 60, somewhere in there, 50 to 60.
Yeah, that's average.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're average then.
Yeah.
It's average. All right,
Thanks.
yeah.
I don't want to excel in any way.
That's
in
only
life, so
average
that's
for
good.
crazy people.
But Kurt, don't forget to find
Over
video
30.
check toys.
Oh,
Yeah, so give me a sec, gentlemen. I'm getting the Rampage and LST so you can see it, poor boys.
Yeah, I want to say
Nice.
that. I want to say the Baja and the Rampage beside each other because they're pretty similar shaped trucks.
The
Very similar.
Rampage is smaller.
Yeah,
Just so you know.
But
Is
they're
it really?
pretty much the same
Yes.
shape. So,
No. It's gonna look tiny.
That's how
Yeah.
Gabe and I met. We met over the Rampage. That's how I found his channel. He was racing the Rampage around behind that mall or whatever he's racing behind.
yeah,
And
No, it's
yeah,
warehouse.
that purple freaking Rampage he has, those fucking sick.
dude, I
All
know
right, be right back.
his videos are awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, he got me to buy one.
I would
I still
love to
got
have a
one.
Rampage. They behave such like a real truck.
They do. They behave exactly like a real trophy truck acting on pavement. The body roll. I mean, you can put sway arms in them, which would help a ton. I don't have them, but the way the body rolls and just, oh god, they're so realistic. They're so fun to
I go
drive.
with bumps too. Yep.
Tank
Yeah.
done a good paint job in his. Tank done like the multicolors, like the rally type paint job in his. That's pretty sick too.
Oh, that's nice. I put a Spectrum 4600 kV brushless in mine, and I loved it. But man, it's so fast. Like I got to put some sway bars or something, and I haven't driven it in a while. It just
Sway bars makes a
rolls.
big difference. Sway bar
Yeah.
makes a big difference. I got the Pro one, so I got the sway bars on it, and it makes a big difference.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it.
I want to know, poor boy, does your RCs go to the floor and back you?
Sorry, can you say it again?
Does your RCs go all the way to the floor and back you from the ceiling to the floor?
In certain areas, like
Oh
down
yeah, I
here,
guess they do. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, you can kind of see my mess down there. And then these guys over here, I got to extend those down to the floor because I got a couple. That's my clod buster chilling there.
Yeah.
I got a couple. I got to extend those down a little bit because I got a few more. I got to start getting.
You're gonna have to raise the roof pretty soon.
Hey,
Yeah, you
Bill,
don't need a bigger house. This is getting crazy, guys.
hey, Bill, you know they stopped making the CC-01, which I think is a big mistake. That's still a very popular vehicle.
It's a huge mistake. I agree with you, man. And mine is, 7 or whatever, 10 years old now, and the gears all just they're awesome. I think that ABS plastic they use for the chassis, I think the petroleum that's in the grease that you use tends to break it down over time. It's all I can figure out because I've changed all my gears, I put new bearings, new everything. And when mine is really stressing out on a climb, my gears will start to lose mesh and click and clack. And all I can figure out is that the chassis must be just kind of weakening. And I'm shopping around for a new chassis and I can't find one. And it's driving me nuts because I want to drive it.
Yeah, and they have a really nice drive shaft in that vehicle too. That
I
drive
wore
shaft.
mine right out. I wore one right out.
No, I think it's a big mistake that I've talked to various people about it who showed that they have one. I said we should petition Tamiya to bring them back. People from around the world sign a petition, send it to Japan, and say make this again. Make these again.
People love it. It's a great chassis.
And there was a lot of hop-ups for them, just like the. And I have no problem with the CT-02, but
They stopped making it. They stopped making it for a reason. Everybody already has them, and nobody's buying them. So if they're not making money off them, they're not going to keep making them.
I don't believe. I think
they're chasing them all. You're chasing them all they want. If nobody's buying them anymore, like everybody has them and buys the hop-ups for.
I don't have one anymore. I'd like one.
Yeah, there's like 10 of us left in the world, Brad. It's you and I and 8 other guys that still want them.
Okay, here's the problem. Brad wants one, but he can't afford one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
So
Brad doesn't have a TT-02 to not do this challenge.
Yeah.
Brad does not have
That's
a TT-02.
that's strange.
What about you guys over at Gems RC? You guys are you got some good speeds going. Your boy there had, what did he hit? 50?
Yeah.
What did he hit? 50?
I got 51 out of this car and 59 out of Jericho's.
59. That's right. That was awesome, man. That was so great to watch.
Little tips from Kurt. Thank you, Kurt. This is now 1-to-1 gearing as far as pinion and spur. It's 45-45.
Whoa. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Kurtz has got that big.
Kurt's 26-27.
Mod 1.
But I was able to fit 48 pitch, 45 tooth gears in this, and it just touches.
What's up,
Oh
Tony?
my
Kurt's
God.
Kurt's got that big golden body on his that thing's designed to cut through the wind.
I didn't want the normal body, so the initial D, as Spinrush knows, he can probably interpret the Tofu thing on the side for me. The initial D AE86. So
Cool.
That's
Tony
a sick
from
body. I love it.
CXRC's in the chat. Hey, Tony.
what's up,
Tony.
Tony?
Hey, Tony.
Then we got new tires for Jericho's car, and I'm waiting on one more gear to show up for his, so he can be 1-to-1.
And when
Kurt?
his tires blew up, that was amazing. I was so
Yeah.
happy for you guys, like to see a TT-02 go to a speed where the tires literally blow off the wheels was a pretty cool moment.
Yeah.
Did you know Kurt is using 2 pinions to run his car?
No, is he really?
Yeah.
Tell me more, Kurt. Tell me more. Give me your secrets.
I'm gonna be doing a video here this weekend once I get the new drive shaft and all that. I got the drive shaft. He forgot to add a couple pieces for it though, so it's a one-piece drive shaft I'm putting in. Get rid of all the moving parts.
That's wild, dude. That's awesome, man. Good for you. I love it.
I did chunk out a foam tire on that last run though, that crash, that 80-mile-an-hour crash. It took out a tire.
Yeah. Yeah, I took a huge chunk out of that tire. That was nuts.
Yeah.
It just like tore right out. It's crazy.
And nothing happened to the rest of the car.
I know. That's what's impressing me is that crashing as many times as people are crashing and their cars aren't breaking that bad.
The only thing that happened to Jericho's when the tires blew apart was it came out of the cup. The cup came out of the diff.
So do you see this pinion here? 26?
That's my spur.
Crazy.
He's
That's his
using a
spur,
pinion as a spur.
and then that's his, so he's running mod 1. And that's what he's running, but he's changed this. This one is changing now, I think you said?
No, it's that right now, I
Oh,
think.
it's that right now? Okay.
Yeah.
Drummer
close
got to
to
work
that.
out on that one,
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
And once I'm done with that, it's gonna get more dremeled out too. You probably won't even see that one part to where it's all gone.
I'm surprised
Yeah,
it didn't
he
held up.
put-
No.
He
Don't be
did
jinxing.
put the body back on, but I'm not sure where that picture is, but
Wow.
Great.
Yeah, this is the best part about these speedrun challenges because like my brain does not think this way. I don't think that you would do this, but I see guys do this. I'm like why wouldn't I have done this? and to see that speed,
Now you know.
now I know. It's like it just exposes you to this whole world of people that think differently, and it's like, oh shit, now I get it. All right, that works. Why am I not doing this?
That's why I pulled it apart and I'm all, oh, that's shaft's 5 millimeters. Oh, I got some pinions that'll slide right on that. Let's try. I mean, the chassis is what, like $15 or something if it went wrong, to buy a new one. So
and
Worth
it.
this is me doing on-road racing. This is before and this is after 3 or 4 races. of
Oh
on-road
my
racing
god.
With the Kyoshos. Kyosho
that's the
phases.
stock Kyosho tires, right?
Yeah, stock Kyosho tires.
Those do 26 miles an hour right out of the box, by the way, Phil.
On 2S. On 2S.
Well,
That's a Kyosho phaser?
Kyosho phaser are the fastest on 2S out of the box.
Those are nice. They're nice kits. I don't know how they're not selling more of those.
they have a
Oh,
whole
they're
bunch.
selling a lot of them here in Ottawa.
Are they?
Oh yeah, everybody's buying them to come to my race. So
Oh, that's
everybody's
good.
buying some for the on-road racing, so it's kind of cool.
Out in BC, like no one talks about Kyosho out here. It's like it's a foreign language. Yeah, it's sad because those phasers are like what, $350 for RTR? Like it's nuts.
Yeah.
I mean,
Personally, Badger Boy, I think the Rampage is still nicer.
Oh, there's RC Badger Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's it. It's tinier.
Oh
It's still
wow.
nicer. It's still nice looking though, I think. It's smaller, but it's nicer looking.
See?
Yeah, the Rampage looks nicer, but that bigger body and that bigger chassis than the Losi's. How is it, Gabe? Is it more stable? Gotta be more stable, hey?
Which one? The
Losi?
Losi? Yeah. I mean, so out of the box, yeah, this is for the win. I mean, this is a lot faster, easier to maneuver. This is fun. I mean, this is just something to just have fun with. It's not fast. It doesn't handle that well, but it is super fun to drive.
You know what's great to do with the Rampage? Not that you would actually do this, but because I think you're against it, is use gyro. That'll get it to correct itself better and handle better.
No, yeah, and you're correct. I would use, I'm a Spectrum guy, right? So I'll use AVC. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, I'm used to driving this thing, and it's great.
Well, that's what you do with the Kyosho Rampage.
So what do you prefer, Bicer Boy? You prefer your Baja or your UDR?
Well, actually, I compare the UDR to the Mojave because I own the Mojave too.
Yeah.
The Mojave is just like this. Mojave is like the Kyosho Rampage.
Yeah.
The Mojave is just that, just two different beasts. So that's just my
Well,
thing.
guys, it's 11:30. I'm gonna have to shoot because I gotta clear this hotel room out because I'm out of here tomorrow morning and check out. So I won't be live tomorrow night, guys, because I'm checking in the new hotel. I have no idea what the hotel internet's like, everything, so I don't want to risk it till I figure it all out. So.
Bye.
Later, Sean.
Thanks for dropping in.
Sean.
Get
Later,
over
Sean.
there, okay.
Yeah, Sean.
Have a good one, guys.
And that's your low C.
Poor boys,
That
we
is
have
what
a
I
party.
consider a 6 scale. Is that considered a 6 scale or an 8?
No, it's 1/8.
It's big for a 1/8, even for an 8th scale. It's big.
And then check out the chassis.
Red and aluminum.
Yep.
Kinda weird.
Usually have a party after line, poor boys, so when, don't leave. When,
Yes, we
He's
have
not in here
after
right now.
hours. Bill.
I thought he was there.
There you go.
Nice.
Hey, do you get sparks when you hit concrete?
Not that big.
Well, yeah, you can.
It's
Well, I'm sure that chassis is so high, it won't hit the concrete.
Yeah,
he
exactly.
scratched up the chassis. Did you see that? He has scratched it up.
Yeah, well, you hit rocks, that happens.
Yeah, but because a high boulder or something.
Yeah.
Tank,
Yeah,
what,
but
bottomed out.
it should even show sparks on a boulder.
what color wires you want? Red, black?
Black.
Doesn't matter.
Hey, poor boys is not
Black will
here.
stand out. Black is good.
Neil said he'd be right back.
Yeah,
Oh,
he went for a bio break.
And do you want me to dirty them up? Like it's been, rent, like dusty,
It's up to
or you
you.
want to leave them clean? The motors, I mean.
It's up to you. They are gonna get dirty naturally, but it's up to you.
Okay, I like to dirty them up. Cover all my mistakes up with dirt.
Corey wrote a couple message for you, what body he's got, Jeep and all that, so I recommend that you guys send each other emails or whatever,
Yeah.
so to coordinate everything.
Yep.
Because everybody was talking and I couldn't read the chat that he was putting, and I know you don't have the chat, so.
Yeah, I don't.
And as soon as poor boy comes back, we're gonna start saying our goodbyes. Because it's past 11:30, so we've been on for 2 hours. And other people have things to do. Like Kurt still hasn't had supper.
Kurt always waits to the last minute to eat, don't you?
No. Oh
Yeah.
boy.
So poor boy, it's past 11:30. We usually stay on for 2 hours. After this, after I go offline, we do stay on for a chat. You're welcome to stay. And we have what's called the after hour show. That's when we can swear, we can party and say all kind of weird stuff and talk about the weather also.
Yeah, we have an after hours show. We'd like to have.
That's what he just said, Brad.
But he wasn't in the room. He wasn't in the room.
Yes, he was. I was waiting.
He
for him
was.
to-
Knucklehead, watch the
He's right there.
screen.
Corey, we have an after, I
Anyway.
mean, not Corey, we have, poor boys, we have an after hour show.
Somebody else want to
Well,
tell him?
Hey, Corey, we got an after hour show.
Oh,
If anybody wants to join
I'm
me
sorry I
after
swore before.
hours, send me an email at thetankrc@gmail.com and I'll send you a link to come in. So thetankrc@gmail.com and for the after hour show, and I'll send you a quick link. Let's start with KBRC 13. Say goodbye.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, Tank, for inviting me again. Nice meeting you, poor boy. And keep your RC muddy and your hamster smiling.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you very much. Kurt's RC.
Thanks for inviting me, Tank. It's good to meet you, poor boy, and everybody have a great night.
Thank you very much.
Go
Mitchell.
Eastland.
Thanks for the invite again. Great to hang out. Finishing up my vacation here. Can't wait to get home, run some TT-02s. Poor boys. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out with us, and catch you guys on the next one.
Thank you. RC Basher Boy.
Hey, appreciate it, Tank. Thanks for the invite. And I've known Porn Boys, I guess, since day one. I'm not sure since day one. You know, and all I can say is don't be a stranger, my friend. You know, Tank's here live every Thursday night, and hope to see you here soon. And it was great. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Jem's Hobbies.
Thanks for having me again, Tank. Always a good time. Phil, thanks for putting on this competition, having a blast with it. Everybody hit the like on their way out.
Thank you very much. Unknown, are you around?
Thanks for the invite, Tank. As always, I'm glad you do this every Thursday. Hey, love, peace, and hair grease. Stay green.
Thank you very much. Brad.
Thanks for joining us, Phil. We hope to see you more often, if that is even possible. Ask Frank to put you on the regular list, like he has, so he can send you the email to come in to resume. And I hope you have a lot of new people to watch videos about.
Just so you know, Phil, I go on Thursday night pretty much all the time, around the same time. Brad is on Tuesday night around the same time. Kurt, you're on Sunday, I believe.
Sunday around the same time.
Sunday around the same time.
Sean
does it on Friday usually, but he's been going from hotels to hotels. Unknown did it a couple times, and also
Sergeant J, I think.
Sergeant J also does it during the week. So we basically alternate,
weekdays.
but it's basically this. We chit chat about RC. Sometime it's open subject. We talk about the weather or whatever's bothering us.
Hey, I had my live stream too.
You used to.
Used to.
Used to have a live stream.
The thing is, my people quit, you know?
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough. So poor boy RC, you can say your goodbyes if you wish.
Yeah, listen, guys, thanks so much for inviting me, first of all, Tank, and it was awesome to meet all you guys. And this is part of my goal moving forward, is to be able to have more time to do stuff like this, because I really enjoy it. I just went downstairs and hit the bathroom and made another drink because it's Thirsty Thursday. So cheers to everyone.
Cheers.
And you know, and I told my wife, I'm just like, you know, I like this. This is just nice. It's nice to do this. So thank you for the invite, and I'm good to hang out till 9 Pacific time. If anyone else wants to chill for under 20 minutes, I'm down. So
yeah, stay
thanks
after
again,
the
guys.
live.
I'll see you around.
20 minutes. We're up to 3 or 4 in the morning, man.
Yeah, they stay up late. You know, those guys, they stay up
Gabe's West Coast, I think, too. So.
So guys, thank you very much for coming in. Thank you very much in the chat for coming in. Really appreciate it. You guys giving the support and what you do for this channel and everybody else channel. Everybody is helping each other, and that's what RC is all about. It's about having fun and helping the next guy next to you if he's got problems or whatever. Not just with RC. You can help somebody just by helping them. And it's appreciated. Be there for a shoulder to cry on or whatever. Till then, guys, go chop some batteries and go on there and break something, because if you're not breaking anything, you're not having any fun, right, Brad?
I hate breaking things. It ruins my fun. We do this all the time. He thinks it's fun to break things. Not for me.
Love it.
You got to push it to the limit. You got to push it until you break it. If you don't push it, you're not having fun.
Yep, exactly.
Break it.
Things are breaking on me when I